While she was growing up, Moriah just always put, other children before herself. She cared. She truly cared. When Moriah was 5 years old, she started to journal. And in her journal, under what her goal was, she wrote she wanted to take care of people. And I really knew at that time that Moriah was going to do wonderful things in the world. When she was 7 years old, I noticed when I was picking her up from school one day that she was kind of dragging her foot. So I decided to take her to the doctors. After taking the examination, they realized that she had cancer in her head. And so we had to look for the best doctor in the United States, and we found him, and that is Dr. Patel.
Because of Moriah's brain tumor, we needed to treat it. And the treatments that we gave, sometimes very strong medicines that we had to give, and those medicines can make you feel sick and miserable. And despite that, Moriah would stand up and not feel very well. She would feel quite sick and go and visit every child who came here.
Even if she wasn't feeling well, she would go into the room and sit on the bed and talk to the younger girls and help them through the process of getting their medicine. It's a very scary thing for a little kid to go through.
Sometimes it's scary because you never know how you're going to feel when you wake up.
My daughter Madison was diagnosed with leukemia, and we started seeing Dr. Patel, which is where she met Moriah.
Moriah was a really good friend because when I would wake up from something, she was always there.
She was just very comforting and always told Madison everything was going to be okay, and would always hold her hand or bring some kind of joke book with her or tell jokes with her.
Every child whom I treat with cancer is precious to me. Moriah was all the more so because she cared. And one of the children that she had adopted as a big sister, her name was Natalia.
Natalia was 4 and Moriah was 8 at the time, and they would just hang out. Everything that Moriah did, Natalia wanted to do.
Moriah treated her as her little sister, We used to call Natalia Moriah's little mini-me. If Natalia and Moriah were in the same building, wherever Moriah was, there was Natalia right behind of her.
Moriah was like everything. She looked up to her, that was her big sister, but Moriah took really good care of her. So it was pretty amazing to watch. It wasn't enough for Moriah to just be there and hold other children's hands and tell them stories. She wanted to do more. A lot of the children are very poor and they can't afford simple things like food. Moriah really wanted to help make sure that these children had everything that they needed. So she put together an art auction where all the children in the clinic could do artwork and then it could be auctioned off.
It was really fun just to do art, and then it was raising money, and it went to all the children in the hospital and made them feel a lot better.
We did it the first year and we raised $12,000. The second year we raised $17,000.
I got to know Moriah because I was called to do a story about her children's art auction to raise money for cancer. So I came up to Dr. Patel's office and interviewed Nicole and Moriah in the hallway. And she absolutely just grabbed me. She just cared so much about everybody else. She put everybody before herself. I just felt compelled to tell her story to everybody else. And 3 weeks after the story about the art auction ran, Nicole called me to tell me that Moriah had another brain tumor.
Moriah went for a test that would tell her that she was all clear and she could go back to school. And when they took that test, it showed that the cancer was back.
I told Moriah that she was not going to survive this time.
We went into the hospital, and on the 10th day, April 20th, I was laying with Moriah in the bed and holding her, and she took her last breath.
As she was dying, there was a feeling in everyone around of the sun going away from your life. It's like when you watch the sun setting and you look at the sky, it's pink, it's blue, it's purple, all the beautiful colors of the rainbow are there. And we felt as if a rainbow from our life had gone. Yet, as that rainbow left us, it went in each and every one of our hearts.
Even though Moriah isn't with us anymore, we still think about her. She would not want any of us to be upset about coming into the office. She just cared about everybody, and she wanted that feeling to go on.
Her wish was that she be buried with Natalia because Natalia didn't have a headstone and her family couldn't yet get her one. So she wanted her headstone to be Natalia's headstone. Today, Moriah and Natalia are buried together.
As long as we're here, alive on this earth, I'm gonna love you for all that it's worth. And one of these days, we're gonna take off and fly. Let's make the most of our time, as long as we're here.
What did I learn from Moriah? To go up to you, give you a hug, and tell you I care about you.
Her living hasn't stopped because it remains in every child that ever knew her and every child that's helped because of the money that is raised because of her.
Moriah has taught us that you can always reach out to others and always care for other people. Her spirit lives on every time we come into the office. We think about her, we talk about her, we hug one another, just like if it was Moriah walking by giving us a hug.
I really believe that's what I've learned from her, that it's the little things that count, and as long as we take care of each other, that it'll be okay.
A lot of clinics, and I'll be in there watching the kids at the clinics, and I just thought that this be a touch of it, just these guys coming in town, just coming to the hospital and being a part of just making a kid brighten their day.
Families, mom and dad, brothers and sisters, and the patient itself, you know, they just cheer up, and you know, and then you got the Redskins here, you know, the hogs there, or whatever they call themselves, but they're cute, and then, you know, it's people like that bring the smile in, you know, these kids' face, and that's great.
When we have visits like this, I think it lets our families know that they're not alone, that there are people out there who care, and people who are going to be supportive of them and give them, as best they can, the emotional support that they can give.
It makes me feel good just to know that these kids are feeling good. If it's just a day for them just to feel good, it's just that moment, you know, I'm all about it. When I leave this earth, I don't want to be remembered as a football player, coach. I want to be remembered as a guy who cared.